The other part of it is people don't often know what it means to use every fact. And I mean every tiny little fact. It's every adjective, every adverb. Look at where there is punctuation, ands, ors, commas. I think I said adjectives and adverbs. Every single one of those is in there for a reason. So a really good example of this is there is a California fact pattern, I think from like 2016, but there's a kid who has a pet pigeon and he lives in his, he's a child, maybe he's like 12. I think he has 12 in the fact pattern. And he has a pet pigeon and his pet pigeon escapes and flies. I don't know why I live in New York. I don't know why you'd have a pet pigeon, right? We say they're like flying rats. Um, but this kid, Peter, has one. So Peter's pet pigeon flies away and he flies into a power substation, right? And so there is this power substation that is near this residential area, which is problematic. So immediately you see a power substation, that's electricity, that's really, really dangerous. So I'm thinking, okay, really dangerous, dangerous thing that even if you are really careful, you can't totally prevent injury. So that triggers strict liability for abnormally dangerous activities. One thing. But then they give me this detail too, that this power substation is surrounded by a 6-foot tall chain link fence with barbed wire on the top. So with the fact they told me, they didn't just say that there was a fence around the substation. They told me that it was 6 feet tall and that it was chain link. And they also told me that it had barbed wire around the top. And they also told me that there was 10, like 11 by 14 signs that said danger, high voltage. So all of those facts are really important. And most people, when they're writing that fact pattern, they just say, oh yeah, there was a fence with some signs. But every fact of it, why does it matter that it's a chain link fence? Because little kids can stick their little feet in there and climb them easier. So that's what makes it. And so when you're thinking about a negligence claim, well, what makes the defendant, what is the negligent thing that the defendant did? What is the bad thing? How do they breach their duty? Because they didn't secure this really dangerous thing. So you have to think about every little fact. Why do they give me this little fact? And then it helps you to think about, okay, well, if you think about the fact that it's chain link, why does that matter? Oh, because it's climbable. Oh, should they have used a different type of fence? Right? They could have used just straight like steel bars or whatever, right? I don't know. There's also like that I'm thinking about fences and like I don't want you to go down this rabbit hole thinking about all the different types of fences they could have used. But if you think about a fence, there's like I always seen that like green netting that can be put so that it makes it so you can't stick your little feet in there.